what's going on, crypto people? It is the crypto siege. Wow, the market is doing what the market does. What in the world is going on? Voyager, yeah, looks like the auction went through. It looks like it's a done deal. And it looks like FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, whatever his name is, SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried is the winner on that. And the purchase wasn't for 1.4 billion, 1.8 billion. It was actually, 100 million or so. Okay, just to correct that. So really like 100 and something. So 110 million, somewhere around that line. But it's kind of a done deal. It's done. Sam Bankman-Fried wins. Voyager, not so much. Don't know if the creditors over there, Voyager, are going to be able to participate in some type of equity moving forward with the new whatever that may look like. I don't know. We'll see what kind of dude SBF really is. Obviously, he is a savvy businessman, but again, it's 100 and something million, really, not the 1.4 billion or 1.8 billion that people are reporting, because you got to think net assets. So, yeah, so interesting stuff there. Celsius CEO Alex Mashinsky has resigned. We're going to get into that. At first, there was some talk about, well, he didn't really resign because he kind of held on to one board directorship, if you will. But that has kind of been cleared up in some Twitter spaces. And the big news, obviously, we're going to get into that, is Ellen Turret of Fox Business has come out with the calendar of William Hinman, and it is absolutely crazy with a capital Kara. So anyway, guys, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. So the market is doing what the market does. The total cryptocurrency market cap is at 968 billion. The Bitcoin dominance is at 37.7%. Bitcoin is trading again at $19,060. Ethereum is trading at $1,322, and XRP is trading at 44 cents, still up 14% on the 7-day. Interesting stuff. The dollar's not doing so great. We thought crypto would do a little better, but it is what it is. Those are the numbers for sure. Interesting stuff coming from freaking Celsius Network. Let me show this. The CEO has resigned. Celsius Network CEO submits letter of resignation. Celsius Network has submitted, Celsius Network CEO Alex Mashinsky has submitted his letter of resignation effective immediately to the special committee of the board of directors of Celsius Network Limited. I believe this is a quote from Alex, I think. I believe we all will get more of Celsius and stay united and help the UCC with the best recovery plan. I remain willing and available to continue to work with the company and their advisors to achieve a successful reorganization. This is from Alex's letter. I elect to resign my post as CEO of Celsius Network today. Nevertheless, I will continue to maintain my focus on working to help the community unite behind a plan that will provide the best outcome for all creditors, which is what I have been doing since the beginning, since the company filed for bankruptcy, Mashinsky said. He continued, I believe we all will get more of Celsius and stay united and help the UCC with the best recovery plan. I remain willing and available to continue to work with the company and their advisors to achieve a successful organization. The text of Mashinsky's resignation reads as follows. And this is really important to check this out, because in the Twitter spaces today, that was held by Simon Dixon, and there were a bunch of other people on there. David Adler was on there. David Adler, Plan C. David Adler is an attorney, a bankruptcy attorney with 31 years of experience in bankruptcy, and some other people on there. Celsius Loans was on there as well. And there was some hesitation and reservation about the actual resignation letter. Did he actually really resign? So here it is here. Effective immediately. This is what caused everyone to pause a bit. Please accept my resignation as CEO of Celsius Network Ltd, as well as my directorships in other positions at each of its direct and indirect subsidiaries, with the exception of my director position at Celsius Network Ltd, which is, I think it's the UK, right? So I regret that my continued role as CEO has become an increased distraction, and I'm very sorry about the difficult financial circumstances members of our community are facing. And I am very sorry about the very difficult financial circumstances members of our community are facing. Since the pause, I've worked tirelessly to help the community and the advisors put forward a viable plan for the company to return coins to creditors in the fairest and most efficient way. I am committed to helping the company continue to flesh out and promote that plan in order to help account holders become whole. So Colorado recommend and TAP LLP represents Mr. Mashinsky. Now, once we kind of got the word on the Twitter spaces and cleared it up, they was still keeping one director position at the Celsius Network Ltd, which is, I think it was like the UK one. There were some concerns about that. Let me see something here. There were some concerns, and in Twitter spaces, it was kind of addressed by another attorney who had practiced in the UK and kind of put people at ease, which was, I thought was very, very interesting. So here was the concern. Celsius Loan put this out. He put this out here, right? Celsius Loans put this out. The scammer Mashinsky in his new UK role is still in charge of 1.2 billion in staked ETH and wrapped Bitcoin, and you're celebrating, he says. Do you have any ideas how fraudulent scammers work? Get a hold of yourselves, right? So that was the kind of thing there, was that remember the one exception here was with the exception of my director position at Celsius Network, and that's the UK one, right? So on the Twitter Spaces today, I wish I had it pulled up. At the very, very end, there was an attorney who practiced in the UK, I believe, and in the United States, had pointed out that Mashinsky's, the way things work in the UK, Mashinsky wouldn't be able to hold things back and stop progress and try in any way to halt progress, or essentially, since he's the major shareholder, slow things down or kind of put something together that he wants, as opposed to what the UCC wants, So the UCC, Celsius UCC, put out something saying that we heard your concerns about Mashinsky and his particular position at one directorship. So here it is here. Celsius UCC, this is the committee representing the creditors, the unsecured creditors, making sure that they're doing all the investigations and different things like that. Celsius UCC is hearing questions about Alex remaining as director of Celsius Network. CNL's board of directors has a special committee of 2 directors to oversee all restructuring issues. Alex is not on the special committee. Alex is not on the special committee. Tune in Wednesday at noon Eastern time for more Q&A. Okay, so I do think that is hugely important to understand. Do you have any concerns that, one, David Bartz of the special committee charged with conducting misconduct investigation appears to be a personal friend of Alex Mashinsky and was part of the Series B? That's a good question. We'll have to keep that one. I'm going to save that one as well, because that is a good question. So tomorrow, for Celsius out there, you want to get some stuff answered, tune into the quote unquote town hall. I don't know if it'll be interactive. I highly doubt that they're going to let people kind of speak. I think they're going to pick certain questions. And I do get that in a way because the UCC does not want to kind of show their hand. And a lot of time people want answers in these, right, in these kind of spaces or town halls. And they can't show their hand, guys. They just can't. I think this is a good move. I felt really, really comfortable hearing the attorney at the end of the Twitter Spaces today with Alex, with Simon Dixon, about the fact that Alex, even though he does have this director, there's a difference between director and I think he said in board people. If his vote he won't have a vote. Really, that's what he said. He won't have a vote because he's not part of the special committee, and that's exactly what Celsius UCC was saying, that he's not part of the special committee. So we'll see. We're going to ask more. We're going to make sure that the UCC committee clarifies this, because that is a very valid question that's being asked here. So we're going to make sure we cover all of that for sure. This is a very, very important question by Jack D. Do you have any concerns that, one, David Bars of this special committee charged with conducting misconduct investigation appears to be a special friend of Alex Mashinsky and was part of the Series B? Yes, good question. Very, very good question. But let's get to the craziness, the freaking craziness that Eleanor Turret shared with us. And that is, she found the calendar. She has received this calendar of William Hinman's calendar, and it is a doozy. Let's go over this here. Breaking scoop, says Eleanor Turret. I have received a copy of Bill Hinman's public calendar covering his entire tenure while at the SEC. It's extensive, 189 pages worth, of which I am still combing through. But here are some standouts still. I'm still curious as to how she got a hold of this and why did she get a hold of it. Wednesday, March the 28th, this is in 2018. Wednesday, March 28th at 11 a.m., Hinman has a scheduled meeting with Scott Cooper, managing partner of A16 Zulu. Why is William Hinman meeting with A16 Zulu? Thursday, March the 29th at 12:30, William Hinman had a scheduled meeting with Consensys and SEC Corporation Finance Officer Amy Starr. Friday, April the 6th at 1 o'clock, Hinman had a scheduled meeting titled ETH. The meeting is titled ETH. Thursday, April the 12th at 4:30, a meeting scheduled titled Ether. The SEC gate. Now remember that Jay Clayton, the then chairman of the SEC, gave the order to I forget the guy's name, of Coey, put something together. I get it. We're trying to hear about the Social Security thing. Put this together, put some group together, put something together that I can use, that we can put together, that essentially will give you guys the clarity. That's essentially what he said. Friday, April 6th, Hinman had a scheduled meeting titled ETH. Thursday, April the 12th, a meeting titled Ether. Monday, April 23rd, a scheduled meeting with Joseph Lubin. And on the day Hinman gave his famous speech at the Yahoo Finance All Market Summit, there was a scheduled meeting with Ripple Counsel and Valerie Spanik at 10 a.m. More to come. And she says, all dates above are from 2018. So this is SEC Gate and its biggest. Now remember, in order for Joseph Lubin and A16 Zulu to proceed, the SEC has to agree to move forward. And they did so because they knew that their pockets are going to be lined. That's why the Clayton ties to his law firm, the Hinman ties to his law firm are massively important. And this is going to be big time ammunition for what's the nonprofit that's still looking? I forget their name now. Still looking in the William Hinman and the emails. Oh gosh, the name's I can't remember the name of the nonprofit. You guys know who it is, who has been on the SEC and what is the name of that group? I can't remember. You guys know. Let me know in the comments what it is. But this is very, very telling, and it could be very, very damning. Why is again, this is all leading up to this famous speech that he did. And I just think if this calendar is a bombshell, what are those Hinman emails? And what a bombshell those are going to be. This is why the SEC is pushing so hard. You know, with all this phony stance and talk about how they won't talk about a particular crypto, they let William Hinman at the direction of Jay Clayton give a speech. And I think it's interesting, on the day of the speech, they were meeting with Ripple Council, because there is some scuttlebutt going around that Hinman decided to leave XRP out. That it was kind of his own, he decided, that's some kind of scuttlebutt, if you will, going around there. He decided not to put it in the speech. So take a listen to this. This is Mr. Glenn here.
So you have, the general guidance has come out of the SEC that Bitcoin in its quote unquote present state and Ether in its quote unquote present state are not operating as securities because they seem to be without central third parties and highly decentralized networks. The issue of the moment is, of course, what is XRP? Runs on the Ripple network. There are a lot of people in this audience who would like to know, but I think it's your, I know from longstanding practice, the SEC does not talk about matters that are in front of them at the moment. So I'm not going to ask you that because I know you won't give me an answer. And it's not just you, it's all your predecessors wouldn't give me the answer either. I get it. Don't worry.
I'm no better than they are.
But what's the process by which this is determined and the timing? When does the marketplace know the outcome of this really important question? Because as you know, Ripple right now is the second largest market cap token after Bitcoin.
I think I'll go back to what I said, is that we are open to people coming in to see us, engage with us, discuss their particular situation, and work through it with us. And some of the, I will tell you, some of these questions, require a lot of information in order to get to a definitive position.
Right.
Many are very obvious. Yeah.
So again, he points out that XRP was the second largest in terms of market cap back then, right? Second largest in terms of market cap. And a lot of people forget in terms of market cap. And a lot of people forget, how is Ether this third blockchain? The third blockchain, and not only in terms of market cap, but in existence. There was Bitcoin, and then the next blockchain was the XRP ledger. Back then, they used to call it the Ripple protocol. That was the second. How does the SEC move and go around the second, which has would have the most amount of clarity and transparency, where you would have the most amount of information on the blockchain and how it acts and interacts and all the ongoings, right? You would have more information to make a decision on that than Ethereum, because again, XRP and the XRP ledger had been around longer. So how is it you can come to a conclusion about the third one, but you can't with the second? How does that make sense? And now we know. Like a lot of people like Valerie Stepanek and Amy Stars, well, a lot of people asking, well, what about XRP? How is it that you given the clarity to Ether and you didn't do it for XRP? And we all know why it is. He's meeting with Joseph Lubin. He's meeting with freaking managing partner A16 Zulu, which is Andreessen Horowitz organization. He's meeting with Consensys. This is just clearly the massive scam This is going to be the scam of the century. The absolute 1000% scam of the century. And we're not going to let this go until we get what we want. And what we ultimately wanted was a level playing field. And this dude, Wim Hinman, I don't know by whose direction, obviously money was the deciding factor. He either decided to just completely just deal in the ETH, or again, it was a group of people meeting here, or he decided to take XRP out of his own, on his own. Damning this calendar, boy. I can tell you the email has to be even more powerful. So I wanted to make sure I brought that to you guys. It's very, very interesting time. No one's going to let this go. They're not going to let it go. We got John Deaton representing 74,000 XRP holders. We got the non-profit group, and I can't remember the name of that freaking group right now. Please forgive me. Really smart guy over there, wanting to get to the bottom line here with Hinman and these emails. And I'm sure this calendar reveal will be very, very telling, very, very telling. So we're not going to let go, guys. Just understand that. That wraps up my XRP Ripple Daily News in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope it has been of value to you. 189 pages worth of this calendar. Unbelievable. I really, truly hope that it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know when we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it.